Well, good morning. Today is, I don't fucking know what day it is. Well, it's Monday, day 40 something in self-isolation, like most of you probably, hopefully. And today I have exciting news. I thought that I would talk about my gear, my camera gear. And also I have a little giveaway of the backpacks and travel bags that I use, the douche bags. Yeah, but I cannot do all that while looking like this. So I think it's time that I finally get rid of this shit. Okay, be right back. That's a nice haircut, if you ask me. Pretty solid. Man, how I miss looking like a normal person. I think I did a pretty good job. I'm still keeping the beard. Yeah, I thought I would talk about my camera gear, since it seems to be a very important topic of discussion.
Man, that is a nice picture.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
That's a nice picture.
Thanks.
Your camera must be so expensive.
Well, it's not just the camera, but no, seriously, if I had your camera, you wouldn't see me here, man.
My God, the pictures that I would be taking.
Sure. I'll make sure to tell the engineers who made it. That's bullshit. And proof of that is that I've taken pictures that I really like with an Olympus OM13, a camera from the 80s. It cost me 100 euros. But anyway, enough of that. Let's talk gear. And if we're talking about gear, I think it's fair to start with the camera that has been with me for the past 2 to 3 years. And that's the Sony a7R Mark III, which has been my favorite camera ever. Definitely the most versatile. Someone is playing really loud music. This fucking guy. The reason I got this one is because it was a good hybrid between photo and video. I was tired of always carrying two cameras, one for photo and one for video. I used to have the A7S too. So I bought the A7R III because it was a good hybrid between photo and video. It still has the amazing quality of a photo camera as the A7R II, but they definitely improved the video aspects, and I'm talking about 3 years ago. Sony actually has come out with newer cameras, but this is the one that I've used for the past years. I have no complaints about it. Right now, mounted on the tripod, I have a Sony a7 Mark III. It's very similar to the A7R III. The reason I bought it was because I had a little water issue with this camera. I'm probably gonna repair it and sell it, because the A7 III is actually pretty good. It's not as good photography-wise, but video-wise, it's just as good. 90% of my income is making videos, not taking pictures. So what I care about is having a really good video camera, and that's coming later. Then we have this little Olympus OM13 that I take everywhere. I don't use it as much as I wished. I really enjoy when I develop something taken with this. This is a film camera. Yeah, it cost me around 100 euros in a second-hand market. You can find plenty of them online. It's not the most convenient camera. Everything was manual, so everything became super slow and it got in the way. Therefore, I decided to buy a little Canon EOS3. By little, I mean, I'm pretty happy. It just feels like you're shooting on a digital camera, but only you can't see the pictures. And if we are talking about gear, we cannot forget this one. It's a Red Dragon X. I really don't want to get into the specifics of this. I'm not really a tech guy. If you want to get a notion of what this camera does, there are plenty of videos out there. And what can I say about this one? I invested almost all my savings in this. What I really like about this camera is the fact that you can shoot RAW. The color science of red, I think is superior. I don't think you can get anything near that for that price. This red is currently mounted on this Manfrotto tripod. It's pretty heavy. And I usually carry this big boy. Now, lenses. The lens that I use with the red is a Sigma 18-35. It's a Canon mount. Too bad I cannot use my Sony lenses, but you know, it is what it is. And then for my Sony, the lens that I primarily use is the one that is mounted on the a7 III, which is a 24-70 2.8 G Masters lens. It's a beautiful lens. It's the best lens that I've ever had. It's super fast. It's so sharp. It's a beautiful lens. I love the flares that it creates. It's the best lens that I own. Followed by another great lens, such as this one, the 70-200 2.8, also a G Masters lens. What I don't really like about this one, it makes my pictures more greenish. Unfortunately, I don't use it as much. My go-to lens is the 24-70, and that's the reason why I'm selling this 35 1.4. Great lens, but I barely use it. It's sitting on my shelf, not doing anything, so if you want it, I'm selling it. I also own this 18mm 2.8 by Zeiss. Amazing lens, super light, but again, 24-70 is, in my opinion, the perfect range. Wide enough if you are shooting landscape, close enough if you are shooting portraits. My style of shooting is very much on the go. It's never on a studio, it's usually never on a very controlled environment. So the 24-70 just comes in handy because it allows me to have that range, allows me to adapt myself to the circumstances and improvise. Whereas if I was shooting with this or the 35, I would have to be switching all the time, inconvenient. I hope that made sense. Oh, now let's talk about backpacks. We can't talk gear without talking about luggage and backpacks and camera bags. Through the years that I've been doing photography, I've owned many different camera backpacks that I still own. But a few years ago, douchebags approached me and asked me to be one of their ambassadors. And they didn't make camera bags at the time. This was the first backpack that I took from them, and it's been with me ever since. I just love the color. I love you can fit so much stuff here. It's ridiculous. My favorite at the moment is this one, which I combined with this one, the Hugger 30 liters. I'm pretty sure it's that one. And inside of the Hugger, I fit this thing. I don't know the name of it. Pretty convenient. We can't talk about gear without talking about a drone. Everybody needs one. I don't necessarily use it as much. The drone is great to add context to whatever you're shooting, but you don't want to make a drone video. So if I'm making a video in the Faroe Islands, I think it's fair and very useful to have a couple of scenes shot with the drone to give more context to the place that I'm at and for the audience to see, you know, a different perspective. And it's a DJI Mavic 2 Pro. I love it. And last but not least, this is crucial for every videographer, the hard drives, where you're gonna store all the footage, all the photos. I usually go with Lassie, but I recently bought a SanDisk. Look at the size of this, and so fast. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm doing a giveaway together with douchebags. All you have to do is go to this picture in my Instagram profile and follow the instructions there. It's basically liking the picture, following me and douchebags, and mentioning a friend in the picture. Pretty sweet deal, isn't it? I don't really want to keep the video super long. Mention in the comments what you would like to see, what I could do next. Bear in mind that I'm isolated at home and there's not that much I can do. Yeah, please be gentle in the comments. Thank you very much. I love you. Bye.